What's going on? Welcome back to 100% NUFC. So it's Watford versus Newcastle United match preview this Saturday at Vicarage Road. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff, and the last thing that we wanted was another away fixture off the back of a 4-0 drubbing of Liverpool at Anfield yesterday. The games are coming thick and fast, of course. It's Christmas, New Year time. This is what happens. This is where you test your squad depth. How fit are your players? And at the moment, our players look weak, tired, lethargic. I could go on and on. But it's another Premier League fixture. The one good thing about having another game coming fast after a 4-0 defeat is you can try and put it right. Now, Watford away is never ever going to be easy. The last time that we played Watford was back at St James's Park when we beat them by a 1-0, and that was, believe it or not, our first win of the season. And it took about 3 or 4 months before we got our first win of the season. And when I watched that game, it was a Perez goal in the second half, which you'd look at the scoreline and think, yeah, it was a close game. It actually was a close game. Watford had their chances at the end. Both teams had chances throughout, but we just took ours. And I just think it was a sigh of relief that we got our first win of the season, because at the start, we played something like the 5 of the top 6, and that's why we were rooted at the bottom of the league. But anyway, in terms of this fixture, let's look at the league table. So it currently stands at Watford are in 9th place. They have got 27 points. Last time out, they lost by 2-1 at home to Chelsea. And then you look at ourselves. We are currently in 15th place on 17 points, 5 points clear of the relegation zone. We lost 4-0 away to Liverpool at Anfield. Now, Watford are currently 10 points clear of Newcastle United. That just goes to show that Watford, they strengthen. That's what they did in the January. They strengthened their squad. They're not exactly the biggest club, but they got some players in, and they invested, and they spent wisely, and they improved on last season. Because Watford, they're ambitious, their runners are ambitious, their fans are ambitious. Whereas you look at a club like us, Newcastle, we haven't really improved from last season. The position of the league, it tells you it all, really. It says that we need fresh investment. We need a striker in this January. We need a midfielder. We need wingers. We need centre-backs. And that just goes to show the problems at our football club. But in terms of the game, Watford, they're going to be a tough team to break down. Last season, I remember towards the end of the season, we lost at Vicarage Road. I think they were something like 2-0 up within the first 30 minutes, and it just went downhill from there, really. Had a little bit of a goal in the second half, but Watford were always going to win the game, of course. I think Rafa Benitez will go to Watford to defend, if I'm honest. I can't see him changing his ways. If I was the manager, I would go 2 up top, the old traditional 4-4-2, and just go for it. I mean, you've got nothing to lose when you play teams like Watford, Bournemouth, Brighton, Southampton. You've got to go there and believe you can win, and Rafa Benitez doesn't do that. He just likes to soak up the pressure and hope that we can get a result. Now, yes, you can hope, but when you play away from home, you're not likely to get points, especially if you're in Newcastle's position and you're not like a squad full of depth like Man City, Chelsea, Tottenham, Manchester United, Liverpool, for example. Yes, it's worked for in parts, but at the end of the day, against teams like Watford, we've got to take the game to them. They are beatable. Yes, they've been very hit-and-miss this season. They've picked up some good results here. They've picked some good results up there. But they are there for the taking. And we have got what it takes to get a result. We've done the same thing against Huddersfield. Yes, we weren't brilliant first half. Second half, I had a go. But I'd like to see we have a goal for the whole 90 minutes. If we can have a goal for the whole 90 minutes, you never know. We could get a result. Now, Watford have got some very good players. Let's start off with a forward, and that is Troy Deeney. We all know what he's about. He's not exactly the quickest, but he's a powerful striker. He likes to hold the ball up. He likes to bring others into play. He's not scared to have a go. And he's one of those no-nonsense players who, if you give him an opportunity, if you give him one sniff of goal, he's going to score 9 times out of 10. And he's the sort of player that Newcastle could look at, in January. He's someone who would fit the way we play. He's someone, yes, he's not exactly the youngest player anymore, but he's got experience. He's got Premier League experience. And if you look at who we've got, Hosselu doesn't exactly do anything, does he? Doesn't exactly, fill you with delight, does it? No, not really. Rondon's a great player, but Rondon at the minute, he just doesn't look match fit. He doesn't feel as if he can play consecutive games, or he's going to play a full 90 minutes. Yes, he's done well for this season. He's scored something like 6 or 7 goals, but we need more from the team. We need people that's going to take the game to teams and really make a difference, stamp their authority. They've also got Deulofeu, ex-Everton player, who's really on form this season. He's someone who likes to cut in from a wing. He's pacey, powerful. Like I say, he likes to have a go. He likes to test the goalkeeper. And I think it's a really good buy for Watford from Barcelona. I never thought that Everton should have let him go. I think he's a very good talent. He's one for the future, who's going to get better and better under Gracia. And Watford, they're full of pace. They've got players off the bench such as Isaac Success, Mariappa, who you can come on and influence the game for Watford. And I just think the way we play, Troy Deeney's probably going to have a field day on Saturday, and I don't want to sound that really, really harsh. I just think Watford, they'll look at our team and they'll think, well, Rafa Benitez, how is he going to set up? He's going to set up to defend, he's going to have man behind the ball, and Watford are going to think, well, here's our opportunity to turn it around from the defeat against Chelsea at home to end the year on a high. Now, Rafa Benitez, how do I think he'll set up? Like I've said, he'll have men behind the ball, he'll have one up front. I'd imagine he'll go Rondon, Perez, midfielders of Mo Diarmi, Ki Sung-young, Kennedy, Ritchie. At the back four, I'd say Fernandez, Jamal Lascelles, Yedlin, possibly Manquillo, and Dubravka. That's my starting 11 for the game. I'm really not looking forward to the game, if I'm honest. It should be a game that we should go and get something. We can easily on the day get a win. We really can. Watford are there for the taking, of course. They're very hit-y-missy, and they were our first win of the season. If we were to get a win on Saturday, then that could be our first double that we've done over a team this season. But we've got to be mindful of what they've got. They've got a better squad than us, and it's sad to say that, really, considering it's Watford and where they've come from. It just goes to show where we're at and where Watford are at. And I've said this in the Liverpool review. They're one step above us. Watford are one step above us. We're just playing catch up. And like I keep saying, if we don't invest in the January, there's only one way we're going down. We're going down. Honestly, I've said mid-table, that's in hope. But if we don't strengthen this squad and we don't book our ideas up and start playing as a team, and Rafa doesn't change the formation to two up top, then we're not going to win games. As simple as that. We've only won 4 games this season, and that tells you it all. 4 games, that's it. Their fans will be up for it. I'm sure there'll be a few thousand Newcastle fans that'll go down there on Saturday, of course. I'll not be at the game, but my next away trip is Chelsea away, Stamford Bridge, so there will be a matchday experience from Stamford Bridge. Can't wait for that game. I was there last season as well in the 3-4-1 defeat. But anyway, that's later on in January. But in terms of a score prediction, I'm going to stay positive. I'm not going to say a win, but I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw because I can't see us scoring. And if we can keep Watford out, I think Watford will have possession throughout the game. They'll probably dominate in terms of that area. We'll probably soak up the pressure. I think if we could walk away with a 0-0 draw, keep it tight, then I think that's acceptable. If we can win, brilliant. But it's just as long as we don't get beat. But then again, in Newcastle fans, at the minute, the way things are going, it's not positive, is it? But anyway, you leave me your thoughts down below of this weekend's game against Watford at Vicarage Road. Are you going to be travelling down to the game? Let us know your squad. Let us know the team that you think Rafa Benitez will pick. And do you agree with the 4-4-2 formation, or do you agree with having 2 strikers up front? I'd really like to know down below in the comments. And there will be a match review from this game, of course, on Saturday night, so stay tuned for that. 100% in UFC. And also try and up the likes as well. If you are enjoying the content, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. The more thumbs up we get, the better. I want to target about 15 likes. I don't normally set targets, but because the likes are so low at the moment, let's try and hit 15 likes, then we'll go on from there. Anyway, if you are new, you know what to do. And it's been Sharky speaking. I hope you have a great rest of the Christmas week. Enjoy the game on Saturday, of course, if you're going. Safe journey down. I'll catch you all later. How are the lads?